Hello YouTube. I was digging around on eBay and found this survival kit. It's called the Firewater CT-1 survival kit. I thought it was interesting because it doesn't include any tablets to purify water. It contains a metal cup and claims that you can boil water in the cup. Here's a picture of the label. Contains a collapsible steel cup, magnesium ferro fire starter, razor blades, a coffee filter, some instructions. It's wrapped in paracord, and we'll tear this thing open in a minute and see what's actually in there. It comes with this carabiner here that you could hang it from somewhere, and it's wrapped nice in this paracord knot. The first thing I notice is it looks like it's going to be very simple to undo the paracord. This line just seems to come right out and would loosen up the rest of the paracord. It actually has instructions on how to do it, as opposed to some of the other paracord items I've seen that you risk cutting it in half. There's an email address if anybody wants to email the creator about this. I'm gonna see if we can get this thing undone and break it open and kind of see what's in there. Yeah, that knot came out easily. And it looks like it's going to come right apart. As you can see, it's once you get those first couple strands undone, it comes right apart. Which is very nice to use the paracord without having to risk cutting the paracord or anything like that. It just slides right out, and there you've got your paracord, 12 feet of it. Alright, and this is what you get underneath. It's this little metal can for, seems to be wrapped in electrical tape. I'm assuming that's to keep it sealed and waterproof. Let's see, I'm going to break this thing open and see what's in here. Let's see what we've got here. On the lid here is a piece of paper. Alright, what they've done is they've taken a coffee filter, it looks like a coffee filter, and printed instructions on it. It's got a, let's see what it says here. Here's the lid. It's got 2 razor blades. For scale, this is a standard razor blade, and this is the kit. As you can see, it's about 1 inch thick and not much bigger than the razor blade itself. We've got some jute twine, 2 pieces of yellow rope. On the instructions, alright, it says tie the rope into the ferro fire starter so you can get a better grip on it. And then it's got fishing hooks, 2 fishing hooks, 2 weights. Oh, and there's some fishing line up in the top here that I missed before. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got some metal wire and this little piece of wire here. And this turns into a metal cup. And it says the first instruction is take the short piece of wire and place each end in the holes at the top of the cup. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so it makes a nice little handle. I'm assuming you're going to use, when you're going to use this over a fire, this is something you could easily hang the cup from instead of trying to hold it there. Let's see what else we've got. two 12-inch colored nylon ropes to attach to the fire starter here, and then to the razor blade, which the razor blades have a hole in it to hold the rope. You can use the coffee filter for sediment. There's 2 feet of wire to hang the cup for boiling or whatever you need it for. Then the fishing hooks, there's 20 feet of fishing line in here. 12 feet of the 550 cord, and the magnesium ferro starter, and then some instructions on how to use this jute twine to start a fire. So what I'm going to do now is tie all this up and see if I can't find some wood and see if we can't get a fire started. Alright, what I've done so far is shave up a bunch of wood pieces with the razor blades, which actually work very well to get nice thin pieces of wood. I've taken the razor blade and run the piece of rope through it, and it's actually helped a lot with control over it, being that we're dealing with small things. I'm going to take some of this jute, following the instructions here. It says, have the jute available to start a fire. Using the razor blade, shave magnesium from the silver portion of the block for the fire starter here. Aim the sparks and scrape the back of the cylinder, the ferrous rod, toward the pile of magnesium. This may take some time, but once a spark ignites the magnesium, use your tinder to start the fire. So what I've done is taken a piece of wood and wrapped it in aluminum foil so as not to catch my entire house on fire. Playing with my new little survival kit here. So I'm going to get some of this magnesium shaved down, get some of this jute ready, and see if we can get a fire started. Alright, what I've done now is got some of the magnesium shaved down. I've got some of the jute cut up, and it's actually got some magnesium on it. I took the cardboard that or little paper that the razor blade was wrapped in and cut it up, and then I've got my wood shavings here to throw on that. So once we get a fire going, I want to show you a little bit of each thing that I did. First, I took the fire starter and just shaved down some of the magnesium off the back, so when the spark hits it, it'll catch fire. Word of warning, I am no master fire starter, but I'm going to mess with this for a minute and see if we can't get a fire started here for us. Oh, almost. I'm going to mess with this for a minute and see where we get. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, what I've done is shave a little bit more of the magnesium out. And I tried to get used to this fire starter, and it seems to me that if you pull the fire starter against the razor blade instead of vice versa, that it seems to work a little bit better. So let's get this all set up. As you can see there, we've got some fire going. And there you go. Razor blades did work real well. Shaving up the wood nice and thin so you could get this going. Now I've got it on this block of wood, I could easily take it and build a much bigger fire. And I have tested the cup individually. I put some water in it, put that in there about 20 minutes ago, and it's still holding fine. I tested the cup to make sure the water would boil in there, and it does. And even this coffee filter that comes with it's got the ink on it. I've messed with it and it doesn't seem to bleed, or you can rub it, nothing happens to it. Again, this is the Firewater CT-1 survival kit, water purification, fire, and cordage. It does have the cup, the starter, and everything like I mentioned before. There it is for you to see. It's a neat little kit, especially for the size. And if I were in an extreme survival situation where I had to have water, that might not be a lot of water, but it'd be enough to sustain you on. So, thanks for watching.